Hi, this is math for real people. How's that for some dramatic in your math, right? Okay, just kidding. So what we're going to do today is learn how to add and subtract with negative numbers in there. You know positive, we're going to negative. This is the thing when you're going into algebra, it might hold you back if you don't know it well enough. Well, it's these simple things right here that will help you. So let's remember it this way. There's more than one way. I like to do it the quickest way. So let's go ahead and get started. So you're going to be looking at negative numbers in your problems or subtracting something bigger from something smaller. Let's start with 7 subtract negative 2. Look at your steps. If you have subtraction, you're going to change it to adding the opposite. So exactly what I just said. You're going to be adding the opposite of the second one. Now, you have 7 plus 2, so, you can look at the second step, but if they're the same signs, you add and use that sign, you already know that that's going to be 9. Please know that that's going to be 9. All right? So, that's it. Let's look at another one, make sure we can see all different kinds of problems. So, let's say you have 10 subtract negative 13. So, instead of subtracting, we're going to be adding the opposite. So we add the opposite, and we get 23. They were the same signs, so you added them, and you kept it positive. Okay, so now let's say you have 3 subtract 14. Now, there's no negatives there, but you can see that the 14 is bigger than the 3. So you can change this to adding the opposite, and now we finally have something that has opposite signs. So let's look at that. If it has opposite signs, you act like they're positive, you subtract the smaller from the larger, and use the sign of the larger one. So don't make that confusing. You take the big one, subtract the smaller one, bam, bam. You say, okay, it's 11, I use the sign of the bigger one. It was negative. And think about it, if you're on a number line, you're at 3, and then you go to your left, then you will go that way 14, which, think about it, you have $3, you owe someone 14, you are in the whole negative $11. So that's what's happening there. Now let's try another one. And remember, you can pause this at any time to try it right after I write it down and check it yourself. So let's say you have negative 2 plus 7, and you look at it and you say, wait a second, it's not even subtracting. So you don't even have to worry about step 1. If it's not subtracting, don't worry about step 1. Decide on step 2. Are they the same signs? No. So they're opposite signs. You act like they're both positive, subtract the smaller from the larger. So 7 subtract 2, that's going to give you what? Yes, 5, because I already wrote it down. So that'll give you 5. You use the sign of the bigger one was the positive 7, you're done. And then let's try one more here. Let's say you have negative 12, subtract 3. So in this case, you're subtracting again. So you can go ahead and say, I don't want to subtract, I want to add the opposite. Now you can look at it and say they're the same signs. So you're going to add them together and use that sign. So that turns into 15, and it is still negative. Now, of course, watch this video again if you didn't get it. Look up problems like this, and it will really help you when you get to more algebra. Thank you.